Ahoy there, mateys. Hope everyone's doing well. Today I have a new horror, mystery, adventure, blind let's play for you of a game called Conarium. This, to my understanding, is the next release from Stormling Studios, which is the team that made Darkness Within 1 and 2. Previously they were Iceberg Interactive and Zoetrope Interactive, and that's actually still the name that this game was published under, but I believe they are now Stormling Studios today. All I know about this game is the Steam description, which is that it is Lovecraftian horror based off of At the Mountains of Madness, which is a really cool Lovecraft story. It's definitely one of my favorites. And likewise, just going off of what I know about their previous games, these guys typically make super atmospheric, very lovely on the eyes and ears horror games, slow burns with the story that are just really well put together. And I really could use a good chill horror game after the last one tried to peer into my soul and destroy me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this one started. New game. Let's try it. Now, is this gonna have difficulty like the other games did? Because I always made the mistake of playing the other games in the highest difficulty and then folding in half halfway through.
All life is only a set of pictures in the brain, among which there is no difference betwixt those born of real things and those born of inward dreamings.
Fuck, I'm still playing Who's Lila. Oh, damn. See, much unlike the previous releases by this title, graphic fidelity has been a big step up. I think the last game I played by them came out 2010. This game is 2016, and I think it uses Unreal 4. And it's WASD once again. I was thinking to be a point and clicker, but looks like they have officially migrated away from that territory.
Harbor ourselves on the safest shores, for there are things that cannot be undone.
Dr. Faust, is that you?
These are 2016 graphics? Shit, I guess that is when games got really good, but this is 2016 graphics for an indie studio? Oh, why did that happen?
Oh, my head! The pain! It is unbearable!
Wait, no, looking at this thing made me feel better?
At last. The pain is subsiding. I thought my head was about to explode.
I found Dr. Witt's medical records. Holy shit, yeah, some things never change. Oh, this is a flashlight. Cool. I don't want to be mean, but I did notice that this game does have in the options a silent mode. In silent mode, main character avoids making additional comments through the game in order to provide a more immersive experience. Yeah, we're gonna turn that on. No hate to the voice actor, but I just don't like being interrupted. Okay. So we should be hearing less interruptions going forward. What was this medical file I found over here? And wow, this is... I can't believe that this is the same guys who made the last game. It's like photorealistic now. What's this? UPUAUT Expedition Handbook. I don't think I can open it though. So, okay, yeah, what is the thing in the middle of the room? What is this shit? Not sure, but it cured my headache. Yep. Typical. Am I in a ship? Yet I might be on board a ship. I was gonna say, the story that this is based on, At the Mountains of Madness, it's one of my all-time favorite Lovecrafts just for the setting alone. Which is that it's a story about an archaeological expedition in Antarctica in like 1907 or some shit. It's super old. And it's freaky just because you're thinking like, I wouldn't go to Antarctica with modern technology today. And it's a story about dudes going to Antarctica in like single propeller engine planes and crazy shit like that. And just how dangerous the weather and the terrain is. Like, you could take all the like Cthulhu mythos stuff out of At the Mountains of Madness, and it still is like a harrowing read, just for how harsh and scary and unknown that climate is. Anyhow, weather notice right here. Supervisor Nicole Hansen, due date none. Expected snowstorm. A strong snowstorm is expected to hit for the next 2 weeks. It is of utmost importance to take all the cautionary measures and inform the responsible personnel when going outside. Please be aware that the radio connection between the base and the ship may not be available during this period. Nikolai. Dude. I think I picked the perfect December game. Oh, yeah. Of course, this one looks like it's contemporary, though. Whereas the book was, you know, early 20th century. Okay, real quick, I've picked up a document in the spawn room over here, and I didn't read it. How do I go through my things? Some drawers here. Gosh, it's so much smoother. I don't think I'll be falling through the floor this time. Oh, spacebar is my... Whoa, spacebar is my inventory. This strange device was already on my left arm when I came around inside the meeting room of the Upyawat Antarctic base. So we are in Antarctica, cool. Oop. This isn't an acronym, is it? I think it's... I don't know what that word is. Oh, shit! My coaster stuck to the bottom of my mug. That's a sign to use a different coaster. It scared me when it dropped. Antediluvian shamanism. Okay, these are just props, really. I can't actually read that. Just the two most Lovecraftian words stitched together. Is this thing supposed to be like UV light exposure? Because I know that that's a thing in some research stations where it's dark all the time, is that they advise UV light exposure therapy to stop you from going crazy. Radio room is locked.
Looks like we're having a power problem right now.
So even on silent mode, he's going to say a thing or two. Journal has been updated. Now I can open the journal. Oh, and here we can see documents too, so... Fuck, I want to know how to pronounce this word. I hate when I don't know how to pronounce a word. Oopwout. I found that the Utapau Antarctic Expedition Base has been enveloped in darkness, and some of the appliances are not functioning due to the power outages. But why has no one attended to the problem so far? Where is everybody? Okay, in the documents, I should give this a read. Okay, so left side is just like the... This is the document actually in the game. The right side is more legible. Oh my. I'm already seeing some familiar words. 1949. Okay, so this is still a period piece. It is not contemporary. 18th of June, 1949. Observation notes of the 4th initiation session. 7:05 p.m. All the participants consumed the Versahi mixture, and they've entered some kind of altered state of consciousness. All of them are now vaguely mumbling in their sleep, like they're chanting something, but the sounds are not conscious. They seem restless. I detect movements in their limbs, and as always, I wonder if it is because of something they are actually seeing beyond. 10 minutes later, as always, the device is humming and glowing, but this time the atmosphere is different to the previous sessions. Whatever the reason for this might be, it feels almost like that fantastic device is signaling something in a code I don't recognize. It is becoming more and more stressful to be alone here, in the midst of this cold, dim, and incense-filled room. 4 minutes later, it sounds to me like the intensity of the subject's mumblings is much stronger now. Is much stranger now. No, it is stronger now. Colors and shades are dancing on the walls with the rhythmic ins and outs of the device. I can hear the wind howling outside. Maybe a snowstorm is approaching, or something even worse. 7:24 p.m. Exactly 5 minutes and 30 seconds have passed now. They have drifted beyond my area of expertise and guidance. I cannot do anything further except wish for their safe return. Okay, so Dr. Witt's medical records, that's what that was. And we woke up here on the side of this thing. Okay, there's 4 beds in here. Are we to believe that 3 other people were sat down in front of this orb of confusion? Maybe? I don't know. Versahi of Nightside and Beyond. Okay, that is something from the Darkness Within games. It's like a mixture, special drug that cultists take that lets them commune with things beyond. I hope I can get the power back on eventually. This is open. Breaker. Auxiliary power needs to be enabled manually from outside. Okay, so I gotta go out in order to get the lights on? What does outside look like? Awfully white. Stop those bloody sessions. Supervisor Johann DeWitt. Attention for the crew members who are having sleeping problems. Examinations conducted regarding the increase of the accidents recently happening led me to believe that the reason behind those is some kind of intense cabin fever. Symptoms for this problem are insomnia, inability to sleep, strong headaches, and seeing visions and hearing voices. Crew members who suffer from the above symptoms are needed to refer to me personally for a thorough checkup. This will also be the main topic of the general meeting that will be held tomorrow after lunch. This issue poses serious problems regarding the safety of life and sustenance of work, so it must be taken heed of soberly. Medical practitioner, DeWitt. Journal updated. I'd better find a crew member. I woke up from a series of blurry nightmares isolated inside these somewhat foreign walls. In one of my pockets, I found an empty notebook in which I'm writing my notes. I can't remember anything other than there should have been others here with me. The names Dr. Faust and Dr. DeWitt are lingering in my mind now. Additionally, trying to delve deeper into thoughts give me sharp pain in my already throbbing head. I better find a crew member and find out what's going on here as soon as possible. I like the touch that I can put my flashlight on different parts of the page. I've never seen a game do that before, and it's, I don't know, makes me feel like I'm actually in the dark in a power outage, just shining my light down on the page. It's cool. Yet another weather notice. So we are in the thick of a snowstorm, which theoretically people would have had time to prepare for. Look at that set dressing. Look at the snow that's been tracked in from the door. I don't think I've ever seen another game put in the snow prints tracked in from the outside. That's thorough. Flashlight's not going to do much good out here. Okay, so auxiliary power. We need to get power back on. Maybe it's just attached to the side of the building? Well, we're definitely not on a ship like I might have thought for a moment. Oh, this is so much like The Thing. I don't know if I want to go in there yet, but it's definitely an option. You know, actually, this place is kind of small, isn't it? There's the main building I just came from, although it had lots of locked doors. What is this, an observation deck over here? Okay, get inside. This must be the power shed. I'm gonna assume that did it. What else is out here? Has this been barricaded? Keep going. For sure that was barricaded. By who? Duct tape. Gotta have it. That's locked. That's a generator. Get it out here. Does it need fuel? Oh, we've taped the exhaust back on.
Tank is empty.
But it does need fuel. Okay. We're sort of in like the tutorial stage. What's that noise? Fuel. Fuel would probably be kept not in that room or that house. Where is the least combustible place that they could store fuel? Oh, this place is pretty big, isn't it? It's like a shipyard over here. Wow.
It's not safe to go further away from the expedition base in this weather.
Heard that. I suppose that means that the game will have a weather cycle, and that eventually it will be safe.
Tank is empty.
Oh, I'm silly. Here we go. Found a jerry can. Okay. Keep that from going anywhere. Now flip it. Auxiliary power is online. Why are you locking me in a cutscene? Electricity has been provided to the base. So am I going to meet other people in this game? Because the other games have been pretty good about letting me have people to talk to, even when it was not the best graphical fidelity, but this seems like the first time that these devs can actually have realistic graphics. Alright, shake the snow off your boots. Alright gang, what's up? That guy gave me a headache for some reason. Was that actually a person? It just looked like a black silhouette. Here's the spawn room. This radio's on now. I don't think I can futz with it though. Let's chase down that figure. So I guess those doors were power locked. Burka, Ferguson, Nikolai Hansen, Johan DeWitt, Edwell, Lindbrand. Am I hearing something over here? Are any of these open? Some familiar noises here. What is this shit? Where is the gift shop that you got all these from, Nikolai? Whose locker is this? Nedwell? Walkie-talkie in here. I thought these were organs for a second. Just a bunch of hearts come spilling out. Okay, found a walkie-talkie. I've not been reading the journal. I better find a crewmate and find out what's going on as soon as possible. James Barlow. Let's see, Lenning Anderson. Nikolai Gogol portrait. Probably some more weird horror that I've not yet read. Man, I had no idea that there was an Mountains of Madness video game. I'm almost concerned that this game's gonna be, like, bad, and that's the reason why I've never heard of this before, because this is absolutely something that I would want to play. What is this? The private quarters? So, bedrooms? Gilman's locked. What was that about? I tried the door and it didn't work, and then it corrected my frame to look at the name. For some reason. Kinda freaked me out. Faust. He's locked. Blake is open. You in here? Am I Blake? I don't know what's up. I found a note explaining the purpose of the expedition. Okay, this is worth giving a read to. 23rd of June, 1949. Nowhere close to what we have been looking for. During the adaptation sessions we hold here in the meeting room, I feel a guidance of some sort. Something pointing towards the destination we seek. This could mean we are now in sync with the ancient source. The wearable Conarium we're carrying on our left arms connects us and thus receives sensations from the same ancient source. And sometimes I wonder whether there's ever been another soul during humanity's relatively brief period of existence who has been able to achieve such a feat. Within such shunned and elusive sources I've gathered from around the world, it is said that the extraterrestrial species, the Elder Thing race, built it after passing through a stage of mechanized life on other planets. But its purpose remains unclear. Well, I don't know if that necessarily explained the purpose of the expedition, but it did tell me that this shit on my arm is a Conarium glove. And it's supposed to link me, cyberkinetically, I guess, to whatever occult research we're doing. That looks like a lever. A handle. Same thing. I don't know what this is. I'll just let it be for now. Crew rooms. Looks like they were bunking. A+ sound design in this so far. Hanson's notes 2. Hang on, I haven't found Hanson's notes 1 yet. Upuat sketchbook. One of the composite sculptures we've come across during our initial field trips. It has an open third eye on his forehead, as well as its inside hand, which, I think, indicates some kind of state of knowing, because allusions to knowledge and elder things recur all the time, in almost every bas-relief we have discovered so far. All this leads me to believe that these creatures inhabiting those halls have acquired some kind of knowledge from the elder things, fabled creatures of primal myths. Trophy item. These games have a history of having very neat secrets very well hidden. So I'll have to be on the lookout for those. Okay, Hanson though. Did I go somewhere too soon? Did I have Hanson Notes 1? What the hell. We'll just go ahead and read the second installment. June 7th, 1949. These nightmares have become unbearable. I still see the same man in my nocturnal visions, but now he is holding something in his hand, which I believe to be a lotus flower. We seem to be continuing this grave, serious conversation again and again, but I still can't remember the contents. During work hours, sometimes, I hear his voice through the radio. It is not in the form of meaningful sentences, but more like some unconscious mutterings. I'm afraid to tell anyone about this, for I hate the very idea of the suspension I'll probably be facing. More of these little souvenirs on the ground. Alright, where am I? Where am I coming from? Where Blake was. Where's Hansen's recordings 1? I must find it. Was it in Blake's room? Oh, there is a power strip here that I just turned on. Okay, now I can mess with this stuff. Frequency puzzle. Oh, these are cool, actually. I like these. Very close now. Here we are. Gotta reconnect it now, so I've gotta make it skinnier. A little skinnier. And then faster. There we go. Alright, what's up with the... Who might you be?
Who are you?
I'm Frank. Frank Gilman.
I'm Frank Gilman.
Is that so?
That's news to me.
Is there a problem with that?
My name is Frank Gilman, an anthropologist joining this expedition upon the invitation by Venerable Dr. Faust himself.
This thing is claiming that it's me. That's absurd. Why?
Alright, we got dialogue. Now, this protagonist is pretty soft-spoken. I found a secret, really? That's a record. Fastest secret I've found in these games. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and lower everything that's not dialogue. This should make our hero Frank Gilman a little more audible.
Where is everybody?
On your own time.
They are here.
Sure about that?
I don't see anybody around. Are you sure?
Yes.
And are you sure you're Frank Gilman?
You're claiming that you are me, Frank Gilman. But you are just a machine.
And you are just air.
It's kind of freaky how he'll pause for so long, and then when he does talk, he talks so quickly.
Air? What do you mean by that? It doesn't answer me. Okay, Frank. Tell me, why are you here exactly?
I am here because of my extensive knowledge on the human pineal gland. I am one of the Conarians.
Canarionaut.
Conarionaut?
Voyagers beyond.
Beyond? What beyond? No answer. What do you know about Dr. Faust?
He is the grand mastermind and the pioneer of this expedition.
Sounds like some shit Faust would have you say. So I'm guessing Faust also made this guy. And it looks like he's not going to wake up again. That's interesting that he was a secret, because in these games... Wait, can I boot him back up? I can, he just went on cooldown. That's weird. He's an expert in the human pineal gland. So I can go back and chat with him again later if I want. You kind of freak me out though, Frank Gilman, so I'm gonna shut this door. I wonder if I'm also a expert in the human pineal gland, and that if he is actually supposed to be me and he's taking my role on this expedition. Another crew quarters over here, I think. Are those gloves? Or hands? They're gloves, but they're laid out suspiciously as if they were severed hands. I think this might be one of the developers and his wife. I'm assuming this is still the Onry brothers who made this. Two Turkish brothers who are uber Lovecraft fans and have made at least 3 games now. They might even have more after this for all I know. And I must say, I am a fan. A key. Johann de Witt. Found a key with a tag on it. They knew what they were doing when they made the gloves look like that. Locked. Locked. Medicine cabinet? Can't interact with it, but it's good to know it's there. It feels like a real base in the sense that it's very ugly and the walls all look the same, so I have to keep track of where I am. I don't think I have a map of any kind. So crew rooms are down here. Private rooms were the other way. Now here's the lockers. Is this maybe a locker key that I found? It is. Vit, what have you got in here? I found a note about a mental problem. I've noticed a very curious and dangerous development in the psychological condition of the whole crew that compels me to record this note as an initial diagnosis. The problem is especially intense for 3 subjects: Dr. Barlow, Dr. Anderson, and Frank Gilman, whom I have been inspecting closely since the onset of their psychological degradation. During the past 2 nights, the aforementioned subjects awoke screaming in their beds, thus affecting and demoralizing all the crew members. When I spoke to them personally, I noticed some serious deviations in their behavior patterns. As time progressed, I noted deep changes in their mental conditions. When really pushed, they clearly started to behave like someone else, which led me to believe I was facing some sort of multiple personality disorder, but it is too early to draw any conclusions. Other subjects are not too far a cry from their normal personalities, but the difference is, of course, obvious. Their condition is getting worse day by day, and a serious medical examination is needed to be carried out on everybody displaying such symptoms. I informed Dr. Faust and warned him about the consequences. He looked worried, but nevertheless hasn't mentioned it to me since. With the weather conditions we've been having lately, it seems extremely unlikely that we shall receive professional help from the outside world, or will be able to send anybody away for a thorough medical examination, which is the only sane thing to do under the circumstances. Dual personality problem, and if that is affecting Frank Gilman, which is me, and who else? Wait, I have a secrets tab now? This is also a secret. Okay, the secrets are piling up quick. Barlow, Anderson, and Frank Gilman. Barlow and Anderson are doctors. Apparently, I am not a doctor. Dr. Barlow, Dr. Anderson. H. Anderson. I don't see Barlow having a locker. Elevator, infirmary, storage rooms. What would an elevator be for? I have not been here yet. Infirmary's open. It's empty. Shut that behind me. Dr. Witt's medical records, too. All the members awakened without any problem, except for Frank Gilman. All of a sudden, his heart ceased beating at around 1:45 a.m. He was extremely cold and there was no detectable pulse. While I was preparing to perform cardiac compression, he momentarily opened his eyes. I'm unsure how much time passed since his heart failed to beat, but it can't have been more than 5 minutes. And then came the event that shook us all. The cause was the very words Frank uttered directly to Dr. Faust right after he wakened. I don't know how to explain it because his voice was muffled and almost indiscernible, but I am convinced that the voice I heard did not belong to Frank. As a medical doctor, I can say that this is not completely impossible for someone in his condition, but there was something wrong with what I heard. It was a sound that no human vocal cords could produce. Johann de Witt. On psychoactive plants, Sahiti and Rasahi. So, de Witt is the one who's been studying up on the Rasahi. Statement of consent. I'm assuming we sign one of these. What does it read? No, let me see specifically. By signing this document, you agree to the terms written below. False statements made knowingly or willfully, including affidavits or other supporting documents submitted therewith, may be punishable. I hereby declare that I consent to perform my daily duties to the best of my ability, listen to the judgment of the expedition leader, Dr. Faust, and participate in a series of medical sessions as needed at the Upuat Antarctic base. The risks of participating in the aforementioned medical sessions have been fully explained to me. Any questions I have regarding the procedure, why it is necessary, its benefits and risks have been answered to my satisfaction, and therefore I give my informed consent to the performance of the procedure by signing this statement of consent. Canteen. Oh. This is like the mess hall. Wow. Not especially appetizing. Herbal tea, sugar, coffee and black tea. Alright, what is this shit? Why is it all over the floor? Ugh. Close that up. Storage is locked. More empty medicine cabinets. Second storage is locked. What's that sound? It's like sloshing. This must be the elevator. I'm assuming it goes down. Indeed it does. A long way down, a whole loading screen down. Where? Okay. Is that a tree? I've never played BioShock, but I imagine it would be a lot like this. What is this place? Glossopteris. It's written like it's a museum exhibit. Starfish symbols on the ground everywhere. Provisional camp equipments were deployed to the underground caverns below the base without any problem. Also, the submarines work great. They are fast and maneuverable beyond my predictions. We've started exploring some parts of the underwater passages, but it is going slow. Did I see the words potential temple on here? Oh, I see. Temple, flooded caves, and base. So we're excavating an underground city in Antarctica. Where'd you get that idea, huh? Ooh. What is this little occult fella? Bro's throwing up blood. It's actually a pretty sick design. Description. A statue beautifully carved from blue crystal. It depicts a humanoid sitting in a meditative posture. The most striking feature of the carving is the Octopian mask it wears on its face. Bro, is Octopian a real word? I hope so. Octopian. Locked. Corrosive, authorized personnel only. So I could have just come down here without finding any of the other stuff I saw upstairs. Hope you want. Did y'all hear that guttural noise coming on the right? What is this? Some kind of fridge with weird specimens in it, and hang on. What are these, like, spores I'm seeing? Probably nothing. Hopefully nothing.
I need a phonograph cylinder.
Oh, old school. I did find that handle upstairs. And can I use the walkie-talkie?
This is Frank Gilman from Upuat Antarctic Expedition. Over.
Upuat.
No answer.
Maybe because you're fucking 20 leagues underground, man. We'll try again when we go back to the surface. That's the way we came. Negative 14.8. Negative 03.4. So whatever was in here, it's low battery backup system. Wait, this stuff is supposed to be kept on ice for a reason. And I don't have the choice to close this, but it looks like it's not doing well. The heat is rising. Oh, what's this thing? This is where the crank goes. Okay. Good kitty. Let me pet you. Also, where did you come from? Are you a hallucination? You are probably a hallucination. Okay, what's the fucking Jurassic Park shit over here? What is this? Okay, maybe we shouldn't breathe that in, bro.
Can't breathe.
I gathered. I didn't close that door behind me. Okay. Mr. Skinner Man is coming. I think the fit has passed. Hopefully. This room's locked, but I can see that there's an office on the other side. Hey, why is it so dark over here now? How do I get out of here? Oh, do I need this flashlight? No? Why does my light not reach this corner of the room? You cannot save your game at this moment. Shit, so I cannot. Oh, wait. There's a door here that I've just noticed. I'm gonna close that behind me. Body on the floor.
Who is this? It's impossible to determine with so much decomposition.
How long has he been dead for? Oh, he's got a key on him. Found a key and a note. We finally finished excavating the monolith that was silently waiting for a soul to see it again. Situated within the circular building we reached with the link elevator. The magnificent piece of carving was buried halfway down under a mound of debris, and most probably could have been written in the earliest pages of history. I cannot describe exactly my feelings for the first time when I stood aghast, contemplating that gigantic stonework inside of those time-worn halls of silence. Only God knows how many ages have passed since its initial carving. Just thinking about its age sends shivers down to my spine. Which civilization could have constructed such grandeur, now waving a forlorn goodbye without giving away the secrets of its masters? Furthermore, even though most of them are damaged beyond repair, we spotted some symbols resembling the rock art of the Sahara Desert in southeast Algeria. We don't have any strong evidence to suggest anything, but Cornwall Blake clings mostly to the continental drift theory. In any case, we don't have enough data on its age, but it is evident that history needs to be written yet again. Anonymous note. Are these like cryo sleep chambers? Wait, no. There are things in the ice, and they're thawing. Uh-oh. Are these gonna, like, continue to thaw if the power runs out? Because we're on just that fuel can, that little jerry can that I poured in. That's our only source of fuel right now. Shit. Alright, well, we've got a key. Maybe it goes this way? Yeah, that's it. Close that shit behind me. Why am I getting the wibblies in here? Hey, come on. Come on now. What's so difficult? Hey, where am I now?
I believe no more can we harbor ourselves on the safest shores, for there are things that cannot be undone. I think you should retire to your room. I'm going to think a bit more.
It's a fireplace here. This must be a memory. What sort of occult research office is this? You've got skulls and candles everywhere. Oh, wait, these are the barrel-shaped things from at the Mountain of Madness. Oh, that's sick. That's actually so sick that I get to see them visualized. Gartha, calm down there. Antarctica, the southernmost continent in sight of the South Pole, is virtually uninhabited, ice-covered landmass. Most cruises to the continent visit the Arctic Peninsula, which stretches towards South America. It is known for the Lemaire Channel and Paradise Harbor, striking iceberg-flanked passageways, and Port Lockroy, a former British research station turned museum. The peninsula's isolated terrain also shelters rich wildlife, including many penguins. The rest of the text is illegible. We looking for Agartha, bro? That one's too difficult to read. Nova et integra universi orbis descriptio. That is a very old map of the world, I think. Universi. You, sir, have entirely too many human remains in your office. You live like this? Or is this like a memory? Or like a condemned nightmare? Strange noise on the other side of that door. That opens. This does not. Darkness closing in on me. Open the door. Open the fucking door, please. Okay. Okay. We're back. Don't know how long we were gone. Sketch map of South Polar regions. South Orkneys. So cool. That's what Antarctica looks like, huh? Oh, look at that. South America's on the left side of the map. That's so cool. And Australia's on the right side. That is actually so sick. What an interesting way to look at the world. I don't know what you are. Some other handle. Oh, that one's a lever? Fine. Fuck me, I guess. Pronunciation of the Zeises. Is that the... That's one of the occult symbols from the previous games. Is that the Lorraine family crest? Is that what it is? No, it's not that exactly. It looks a bit like it. Somewhat humanoid in form, these sculptures initially reminded us of the terracotta army sculptures carved as funerary art and buried with the first emperor of China to protect him in the afterlife. But judging by the writings in some of the bas-reliefs, now we believe that these wooden puppets or golems were used to carry out some tasks for their masters, just like the Egyptian Ushabtiu funerary figures, which are the servants of their owner in the hereafter. We saw the golems in several sizes, and it was terrifying to see the huge ones sitting in silence on the carved and polished rock stools, as if waiting for a command. Dude, Ushabti was the password to get to the Morse code in Darkness Within 2. There are lots... I think we could benefit from a little flashlight here. There are lots of gateways leading to dark and damp corridors that were mostly carved in ages past. Some of them were carved by strange, ivy-like plants swaying back and forth, despite there being no external force to move them. They seem to come from levels below, creeping through crevices in the rock walls. To stop probable superstitious gossip amongst the crew, Dr. Barlow, our botany expert, personally started to examine. The first submarine explorations revealed what was lying in the underwater caves. The most striking features were the structures with openings in them, like doors and windows. They made us wonder whether those caverns had been carved underwater, or if they had been submerged at a later date, and thus had become redundant to those who had carved them. Man, I hope I get to go in a submarine in this game. It's gonna be sick. I found Barlow's notes on the Versailles mixture. Versailles, the legendary drink of the oldest myths. I Heard about that elusive mixture decades ago when I was writing my thesis on Salvia divinorum, also known as the Sage of the Diviners, an entheogenic plant used mostly in religious or shamanic ceremonies. For centuries, no one could gather any information about it other than its legendary, mystical, psychoactive properties. In some sources, it was the drink of the gods, while in others, a key for opening gates to places that lie beyond the conventional human senses. The sole bridge to be passed in order to leave the bodily restrictions of the flesh. Most scholars would kill even for a hint about one of its lost ingredients. That's something I was on the lookout for throughout my career. A new formula is forming in my mind. I feel like there is a chance for me to produce, if not the original, then a variant of the legendary mixture to Persahi with the new clues I've uncovered during my work here. Neolithic walk. Well, we got this weird handle thing. I'll put that to use. This fucking shit, man. You can't keep doing this to me. Stop with these cold cock jump scares. Oh wait, this wasn't open before, was it? What was that noise?
Right. I don't know if you can hear me, but I am trying searching to the only way.
Hey! Hey, can you hear me?
I don't...
Damn it! Who was he?
Our main character must have amnesia, because I feel like he should have recognized that voice. Latest conversation added to the journal. Whoever it was, he sounded friendly. Where's this thing? I'm on the lookout for all the secrets. In fact, next time I go upstairs again, which I guess might be now. Wait a second, this elevator goes down? Is this a different elevator? Link elevator's been set up. It can reach both the tower and bottom levels down below the base now. Oh man. Camp equipment's on the parts... Okay, read it. Camp equipment and parts for the portable submarines are being transported to the first campsite. Tower, base, cavern. Okay. Okay, this is sick if it's what I think it is. So is there a different elevator? I don't just want to get into that yet. Because I actually want to go back up to the main base first. Yes, there is a different elevator. So shit, that's gonna take us all the way down to the tower and the flooded caves. You know what this game feels like? This feels like the second or even just third act of a different game, of like a previous game, like Darkness Within or 1 or 2. It feels like they've cut all the expedition and just thrown us right into the cool, creepy Lovecraft environments. And I dig it. You know, I'm a sucker for slow burn. I'm almost not disappointed, but I could have done with a little more quiet, foreboding bit of the game, but no, we're just right into the action with this one. Anyhow, while I was editing, I noticed that after we turned the power back on, this spawn room here, this thing, when this radio lit up, this actually resembles the secret thing we did earlier with the Conarium knot, as he called himself. So I wanted to have a closer look to see if there was some hidden puzzle we could do here now. Alright, I didn't find anything of note upstairs, so back to where we were. So, up to the tower or down to the cavern entrance? I'm gonna say we start by going up to the tower. Let's try that. I wonder if they did have cutting-edge tech like this in 1949, and you just never saw it because it was only being used by private funded research groups like this. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. This is... when it said tower, I was picturing like a radio tower. This is something else. No loading screen, too. That's impressive. I'm getting wibbly. You found an ornamental metallic object.
This is amazing. Most of the ground-level structures have been crumbled and rounded from untold eons of savage storms, and thus weathered into shapeless ruins. However, both the ground level and the cavern systems below are clearly displayed in these bas-reliefs. The most striking features depicted in this grand panorama, I believe, are the tall, occasional towering spires, which somehow resemble a lighthouse. They all seem like focusing a light beam towards a colossal structure in the center. Could there be some sort of religious meaning behind this? Or simply something that has a more practical use? I'm not sure.
Memory over. So we've got an ancient city here, don't we? Oh gosh, the way that they've rendered it, it is just like how it appears in the book, or how it's described in the book. You know what one of the coolest things is about H.P. Lovecraft and his writing? Is that even back in the day when he was writing for Weird Tales, he had some co-authors. Not necessarily co-authors, but they were fellow writers for the publication. Oh, I see, we're in one of the lighthouses now. Who would sometimes write little stories that existed in his mythos, and they would use his characters and his locations, like Arkham County and things like that. And he didn't really have a creative say in that, but he was thrilled about it. He was very pleased that other people had taken to his writing and were expanding on the worlds that he created. And he didn't have, like, any aggressive ownership of it. He didn't demand royalties. Because he was a destitute author in his life. He was not popular until decades after his death. But bottom line, part of what makes Lovecraft so cool is that there's always been this sentiment that you are more than welcome to add to the Cthulhu mythos. No one really has it's public domain, and it's encouraged almost that other authors and creatives contribute to it. So in a sense, this game is as canon as it gets. This might as well be a sequel to At the Mountains of Madness. Or at least it has every bit of legitimacy to claim that. Well, there's not very much to see up here at the tower, so I guess we'll take it back down now. Alright. Down to the caverns. This I gotta see. Fire axe. Or more of a hatchet, really. With an interesting little pick on the bottom. Note about dangerous plants. That's too bright. There's some strange vegetation filling most of the hallways, as amazing as it is deadly. There's a hidden world right beneath the Upiwat base, and even though I was prepared to find such a place, it was way different than imagining alone. We tried to cut our way through, but the plant reacted with a highly poisonous gas, seemingly coming from its glowing buds. I issued a warning to stop anyone going near any of those plants they came across in any of those caverns. I also noticed a strange phenomenon after I spent some time examining a sample from the plant. It occurred to me that individual vines grow and shrink in length on demand. It also seems as though it can move, even though there are no air currents, and this movement seems too regular to be caused by natural factors. This may sound strange, but I have the notion that it is conscious, at least on some level. Burning braziers. There's gonna be a lot to unpack down here. These barrel things are really cool. I think we saw some almost in like a cryosleep ice chamber upstairs that was beginning to thaw. In the original story, they were the prized find. Oh, that's where my metallic handle goes. And if memory serves me correct, they dug them out of the ice, but as they were thawing, the sled dogs were so scared of them that they tore them apart and they couldn't restrain them. Just freaky. We're rotating that and it's done something. Oh, that would be the vines we just read about. Puzzle solved before I knew there was a puzzle. They yield to the light. So whatever's down that passage, I don't think anyone's been there yet. Have a good look around the perimeter first. But yeah, these barrel things, I mean, they're enshrined here on the altar. I was never clear on if these were plant life or if these are actually like a weird cephalopod kind of creature. We haven't seen one alive yet, so who knows? There's ice melt pouring out from above. And it's draining down somewhere below. I'll have a look at this passage now. That looks a bit like the spore flower that we ran into upstairs. It also looks a bit like the xenomorph egg from Alien. Various stages of budding. Who lit the fires? How deep does this go? Gotta be on the lookout for secrets. Is that... What is... Oh, it's a statue. Okay. Is it a sauropod? No. What is its face? It's like it's got a beak. And it's got the eye on its hand. We read about that. Trypophobia warning. Is this a throne? Man, can you imagine if something like this was discovered today? How it would just rock the world? Become just an international mystery that everyone would be fascinated in. Tours to Antarctica would just be crazy. What is the closest thing to this we have in real life? Petra Jordan? Turkanduyu? Something like that? Massive underground city. Now this is starting to look more like a true cavern. There's no telling how deep this goes. Luminous quartz. Cave lichens. Mysterious locked door.
This stonework seems weak.
You've got an axe, don't you?
This wall seems weak. I think I can tear it down with some effort.
That's not very archaeological of you now, is it?
I can see light coming through a crack in the wall. The other side is probably hollow.
C to equip. Okay. Alright. Mash it! Mash it! Clear the rest of the opening. This is a fun break mechanic. I must say, I don't think that a hatchet would be the right tool for this. Just gonna get some little more anger. That's so fun for some reason. You found a secret. Oh. Some secret that was. Maybe there's gonna be more illusory walls to look for. What in the Temple of Doom? It's a little idol of that spore flower we saw upstairs. Metallic flower-like object with a pine cone-shaped design at its center. The pine cone is often used as a symbol for the third eye and pineal gland. Really? The pineal gland? And we took it. You know, after playing Outer Wilds, I think possibly my favorite genre of video game that we do not have enough of is archaeology. Archaeology games are so damn fun. And I think it's because archaeology, and I know people have corrected me on this in the comments in the past, archaeology is still alive and well, things are still being found, but you never have giant Atlantis finds in real life. There's something just so much fun about a video game where you get to be the first to explore an ancient city that's been found, or like I'm just thinking of like the Namai cities in Outer Wilds and things like that. That is a very fun experience to be the first to explore, to document, chart your discoveries. I really like that, and I think it's a really underutilized genre in gaming. Some kind of omanite on there. And 5 little nails. Or keys, maybe? 5 pieces of stone with different glyphs on them. Incoming puzzle. Hang on, wait. Oh, it despawned the rest of the rocks. I wanted to smack it one more time. I'm gonna keep my axe out, though. I feel safe with this. Oh, but you can't swing it unless there's something to break. Is that... No, I'm seeing things. I thought there was like a crazy figure on the wall. But it's just the terrain. Something of an underground grotto. Another camp axe in case I missed the first one. Looks like I got a memory coming on.
If I am not mistaken, this relief depicts that the overgrown floor we came across at the various points in the cavern can be cleared away with an iridescent device, a tool or a talisman. Curiously, we still haven't been able to find the roots of those plants. They seem to seep out of these caverns by passing through crevices which look as if intentionally made for them. What other secrets might these silent halls conceal from us?
Journal updated. We'll take a look at the center of this room in a minute. Another memory over here.
As we planned, my team will continue exploration through this gateway. Other expedition parties can commence when ready.
And it's caved in. No, put that down. No jumping in this game. I don't think we're going to be able to clear that with the hand hatchet. There's that Cthulhu star. I'm about to turn on anti-grav. Maybe I'll have to find something to put on it as part of a puzzle. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So, we gotta figure out where each parts of these go. And it's probably determined by the symbols on the floor around this central chamber. So this one's right here. Is that meant to be the top of the star? I already can't recognize which one it is. Is that a... Can I squeeze through there? No, I can't. I'm playing the forest too much. Okay. Are there other symbols on the ground like that? If I go in this way, will there be one close by? Maybe it's hidden in the foliage? Uh-oh. Oh no. No, I think I have stuck myself. Alright, I'm back. Back to where I was. What's in the middle of this chamber? Another tree. You wouldn't think there'd be a single tree on the entire continent. Yet here one is, way underground. Is that a lizard in it? No, it's a bow that's been cut.
The same set of symbols we've seen in strangely carved niches all around here matches with what is written in the oldest parchment. I believe uncertainly that they represent a destination towards somewhere significant.
I see. Alright. Sun, triple dot. Horse. That should be enough for me to do it by memory. I think the last two are in this configuration. Perhaps mixed matched. No. That's tricky. That is a bit tricky. What is this thing?
Looks like something's missing here.
Maybe I get that for solving that. Oh, sarcophagus. He's got my glove. Wait. Did I just watch this sprout up from the ground? I think I did. Wait, there's a lot of coffins here. Oh shit. Is this the rest of the crew? Ornamental metallic object with an elder sign. That's what it's called. A sign used for protection from powerful entities carved on one of its faces. Trophy item, we'll go with that. Grave robbing. So this dude here must have been part of the expedition because he's got the Conarium glove on. I don't know how he ended up here. I was taken a bit by surprise by the flying octopus man, I will admit. Okay, this is where I put the thing. Yep. Okay, I assume that I have to put these in the right space. Go ahead and pull them all out. Yeah, this is like a 3-part lock, isn't it? And at the end I have to stand on this. That's probably it. I've copied down the glyphs, okay. Okay, that's very helpful. I was hoping he might do something like that. So the one on top is certainly this one. Okay. It's looking pretty similar to how I had it before. I had those backwards. Okay, now do I give it a twist? Okay, what is that altered? Now do I just step on the thing? Yep. Okay, 3-part lock. Sophisticated. No, I don't believe... Never mind, the crew did make it in here. There were flashlights. We're yet to go into truly uncharted territory. What? Is this a mirror? Huh. It's an interesting look. Kind of looks like a Yanni from White Wolf Icicle Creek. What if I were to break the mirror? It won't let me. Is that my walkie? Yep.
Frank, can you hear me?
Oh, thank God. Yes, I can hear you.
Finally. It seems the effect of the mixture starts to wear off. Frank, heed me carefully. Time is running out, so I must be brief. Where exactly are you?
Dr. Faust, is that you? I'm inside the caves below the base. Where are you?
Listen, I cannot talk much. I know that you are having trouble remembering, but you must keep going. Use one of the submarines and follow the light.
Submarine time.
Do you hear me? Come on, please. Where are you? Damn it. The connection is lost.
I have noticed that
They said I have to keep going. Why? Where are they?
I have noticed that the game is giving me the Morse code alphabet on the walkie. So maybe we'll have some Morse code to do before too long. You know, these guys have had me do Morse code in the past. What's this say? Dr. Blake's notes too. Oh, that is so faded. I'm gonna have to read the transliteration. We finished tweaking the submarines one last time, and again they are ready enough for the next uncertain voyage ahead. This time, we will also mark the way with light sources to make it easier for the later expeditions. In a short while, all members of the primary underwater exploration party, led by Dr. James Barlow, will head for the next destination, which appears to be towards the mythical entrance to the legendary Netherworld. But again, I wonder whether we are looking for something that is not to be found. After all I've experienced, read, and studied here, after all those sleepless nights spent discussing the laws of nature and how to bend them, what lies beyond, and how to reach a certain state to see more without eyes, even I cannot help but think that this journey may easily lead straight to hell. But we have to go through it in search of answers. Dr. Morgan C. Blake. Okay, so they've gone somewhere else. More of these, the barrel dudes from the story. I believe this is what the dogs tore apart in the original story. Found a note. Were those maze-like tunnels flooded at some point in time, or were they carved underwater? This was the main topic of debate at last night's meeting. Okay, so it's an underwater maze, and they want to know if it was always underwater or if it's just been flooded. What Dr. Faust hinted at on various occasions, cited from a dark, leather-bound book, was too frightening, at least for the ones who could understand the underlying links. The megalithic statues, ornate standing stones, and the flat areas of polished rock we could see at some points made us think that this place could be a religious temple of some sort. We cannot imagine what it looked like in its former days, for now it lies in ruins, bare and without any sign of underwater fauna or flora. Drawings. Oh, that's helpful. Separate tab. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. This is a artist's rendition of what the barrels must have looked like when they were alive. Hey, if I was a husky, I would tear that thing apart too. Another note. It is possible to assume that, due to volcanic activities in the Earth's crust, the climate here is humid and temperate, but we don't know exactly whether this is the case. That theory somehow explains the nature of those small scattered fragments of obsidian, along with the cryptic stone wall that welcomes you when entering via the round gate. As men of science, we cannot fully grasp most of the phenomena happening around us. No apparent sign has been left behind, indicating the true motives of the carvers of these inconceivably old caverns. All I am sure of is that this place holds something strange. Grasping the soil here firmly in both hands gives me a rudimentary sensation I cannot translate into words. Something I'm sure no other mortal man has hitherto perceived. Climate in the caves. Yeah, it's a lot more livable down here than you would expect for Antarctica. Alright, boss, have you got your submarine license? Oh, good. There's one left behind. Two, actually. To hell with it. Follow the lights. Would you like to get on the submarine? I should save the game real quick. Dolphin. Highly maneuverable, compact exploration submarine. Follow the lights, of course. The game's told me that 3 times now. Schematics. Control room, watertight entrance, pilot-controlled searchlight, front protector, upward thruster, compressor gauge. Oh my gosh, I think we'll just have to wing it and learn as we go. This could end up being really difficult, you know? Okay. Control to descend, lift alt to ascend. You know, knowing these devs, I bet there's some gnarly secrets hidden in this lake. How about we don't follow the lights just yet? Alright, fine, I'll follow the lights. What is that? No, it just caught my light. That's a light. Oh, I see now that there's slow, half full, slow, half full, astern, ahead. Okay, that's helpful. So this is what the lights look like. I gotta see how many I can find. Am I going the wrong way, maybe? I think I might have just gone backwards. We'll go back down to this one now. Okay, and that's probably the next one I'm supposed to go to. Yes, that tracks. Okay, okay, took me a minute, but I found the right tunnel now. This is certainly the way I'm supposed to go. Ugh. It is Demon of Song. Am I taking on water? What's that sound? Here's the next one. I would love to know what kind of secrets there are hiding in this underwater level, but... oh gosh, that would just take so long to find. I hear water dripping behind me, and I hate that. How am I gonna nimble through this? With ease, that's how. My radio? Auto save. Two lanterns. Does that mean destination? It just might. Go down, go down, go down. I wonder what a speedrun of this part of the level looks like. Have I killed us? I think I hit something I wasn't supposed to. Oh, it just cracks in the glass. No. No thanks, I would probably just be heading for the surface now. Oh, what is this shit? That is some funky looking flora is what it is. There are giant squids down here. Terrific. I don't think I'm that close to anything. I think I was doing pretty good, actually. Come on now, hitboxes. Hit. Oh, she's taking on water, Captain. I'm squinting through cataracts here. How was I supposed to handle that? Okay, scripted. Good. Back in the research station? They're all open now. Chacon and Dimin. What's this thing here? Some kind of combination puzzle box. The King in Yellow. I've been putting that one off. I need to read that. I don't know what that means. Something in German. Gilman's is still closed, which is me. And the Conarianaut, Frank Gilman, is not here. Hidden Plants of Great Antiquity. Books I would genuinely read. Barlow is also closed. I was kind of expecting this Dr. Faust guy to be a bad guy, but it sounds like he, at least over the radio, sounds like he means well and wants to help us. I don't know if I want to walk into the blackness yet. I'm gonna look at this box. No. Another cylinder. Go ahead and throw that on.
2 days ago, Frank most probably could have reached the intended time period. Among all the Conarianauts, he is the most, how should I say it, gifted. But unfortunately, his heart ceased beating all of a sudden. This was most unfortunate, because when he came back, he doesn't remember anything specific. I believe there is no other way than increasing the intake dosage of the mixture. Very dangerous, but this seems the only way to raise the time limit and awareness in the sessions.
So he upped my intake of the Dressahi mixture because it was furthering his research. Didn't seem like he was particularly happy about it, but Faust is to blame then. Do I go out this door now? Or did it just put me right back where I was? No, this is somewhere new. Well, we're not going to be able to get out the way we came in, that's for sure. If we're getting out. All the doors are shaped like keyholes in this place. Weird touch. Boss should be nearby, though. And like he was just on the other side of the submarine rigmarole. He's radioing me now.
To other expedition parties, is there anyone who can read me? One person is dead, and 2 others have been injured by the partial ice cave collapse.
Ice cave?
There is something here with us. Do not come through our expedition route. I repeat, do not come through our expedition route.
Yes, I read you. This is Frank. For God's sake, what happened? And please, tell me where I can find you.
Frank, do not stray from your path. We have come across something terrible. Do not come here through our expedition route, no matter what happens. It looks like this fiendish netherworld depends on some kind of energy. An energy that is stored in curious stoneworks similar to an obelisk with crystals on top. And they are able to clear away some of the strange plants.
Dr. Faust? Dr. Faust? Oh, come on, not again! This is nonsense. I cannot understand what is going on.
That last bit, he had a complete tone shift. It was like I was listening to a recording of him speaking after speaking with him in the moment. Weird. But he said there's crystals on top of obelisks that you use to manipulate the plants. Good to know. I probably am at the stage where I'm going to start missing secrets left and right. Oh, I see here. So I need to get through here.
These ivy-like plants are blocking the way.
I gotta find a way to, shine a light on them. Is this gonna be a mirror puzzle? Oh, this would be an excellent place to put a mirror puzzle. I would love that. Let's keep searching the environment first. That's open air. In fact, that looks like modern, whatever that structure is. Yeah, this is part of our dig team, this shit here.
Looks like something's missing here.
Okay, I need to find a crystal to put on top of that, I bet.
These ivy-like plants are blocking the way.
Okay, there's 2 paths that are blocked. I bet that there's a secret path that I can unlock, and I'm gonna figure out how to do it. Only one of these is probably required to beat it. This is just a little pass between. Interesting, not sure why we have that. Oh, that looks snowy. I may need a while to look around this environment. I don't know what that accomplished. Can I touch this now?
Looks like something's missing here.
It's always something missing. And I can put it back the way it came. I can't touch it. Go back and look around more. Didn't see anything of note by this altar the first time, so maybe I just didn't look hard enough. Hang on. Is there more shit in this direction? I think there is. No, this is a mirror. Okay, but still, there's another path down here. Which one did I come through? Okay, this looks like the way I came from. Okay, so now I keep right and there's another tunnel. Memory coming on.
As I predicted, a race, reptilian in physiology, lived inside these ruins after the original builders. The Elder Things left the area after some unknown cataclysmic event, now lost in an archaic and lost chapter of Earth's history. This relief depicts some reptilian creatures treating an Elder Thing with reverence. And the other relief with 4 tall figures, I believe symbolizes empty vessels. Golems. We've seen the same vessel figures depicted as assuming different roles several times in most of the murals or reliefs we've come across so far.
Okay, so the barrel-shaped things, these are the Elder Things. They created this city. Cataclysmic event wipes them out, and a reptilian species moves in, but venerates the creators of the city. And then there are golems, which I'm assuming is the thing that is in the ice caves right now with Dr. Faust. This kind of looks like the tower, but it's different.
I can't move it. The ice on the track is obstructing the movement.
This is a hatchet moment, if ever I saw one. Okay, now what if I slide this gumball machine into the middle?
It won't budge.
No? Oh, more. One more. Now we should be good. Okay. We have a light source now. I'm hoping it can be rotated. Yes. I don't think it's gonna do any good out there. Huh? Wait, why did this thing just light up? Oh, maybe this lit up other things in the level. That could be. Oh, is that all it took to ward off the vines? I think it was. That's a shame. I wanted to have a mirror puzzle. Would have been such a great time for it, too. What about this way? No, this one's still missing a crystal. Guess we'll go down the newly opened path. definitely what we need. Almost looks like it was in a satellite dish. In you go. It begins red but then glows white. That's interesting. This looks like a temple now. Whose memories are these? And are there apparently serpent people still living here? I thought those dudes would be extinct by now. Crouching remains an option in this game.
Stonework seems weak.
Work off some more stress. Where did this take me? What is that? Oh, it's just a dead humanoid wearing a freaky headdress. Feathered mask I took from one of the skeletons sitting silently in the eternal resting place. Signs of color that can be seen on the now solidified feathers made me think of how flamboyant it once might have been. I'll take your trophies. But let me go back and check the first package first, because this thing I've opened up seems to be a lot bigger than I expected. There's another tomb on this side. I don't know what for. Does this go anywhere?
The same set of symbols we've seen in strangely carved niches all around here matches with what is written in the oldest parchment. I believe uncertainly that they represent a destination towards somewhere significant.
Sounds to me like a puzzle. Journal's been updated. I don't know what to make of this yet. They've got symbols next to them, but I hardly understand why. Could I move that one? This one could be picked up. I found a reddish crystal stone. That looked like it was the only one the game would let me take. And I don't think I see anywhere that I can put it. I don't know why I took that one in particular, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it, but I guess I have it, and now I can continue down the other path. Oh, I just noticed that. We definitely have some kind of weird viscera gunk. We saw this first underwater. And, we're seeing more of it now in here. kicked a stone. Whoa. Freaky looking sarcophagus. Whole bunch of them.
From some of the bas-reliefs explored in the seemingly oldest structure, which had been weathered into shapeless ruins ages ago, we learned that these reptilian creatures were the inhabitants of this eon-dead city. But while some of them were enshrouded in special coffins, these are standing still, glued to their vertical rock coffins with an awful-looking ooze. Curiously, they were firmly placed in the niches on some of the walls.
So this one's like mummified, I guess. It looks like he was maybe wrapped up more coarsely, but then the expeditionaries unraveled him. It's freaky to see him up close, and he's got the headdress on too.
These ivy-like plants are blocking the way.
Okay, what can I do to turn that back on? What if I gave him the stone? No, wrong item. It only lets me pull out the axe. Hey, look. For the first time ever, I've pulled out my glove and decided to use it. Is it telling me something, maybe? Probably not. But... it's got a weird, like, watch hand on it. Maybe I need to go back out of the temple and go to that one little altar place that I didn't know what to do with. I could have to bring the red stone there. Oh, wait, no, 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 no. I made it. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. I took it with me. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. How does that work? Okay, so this little crystal lantern thing, it will sometimes interact with the environment, I guess? I mean, it seems clear to me that I can just carry it in my hand now that it's been charged up at the thing, and it'll ward off the vines. Okay, okay, I like that. That's fun. That's well and good. My little pocket illuminator. I wonder if that's recharging it. Could be. Bzzz. You like this? He's got that weird ichor behind him too. Alright. Kneel before me, plants. I wonder what would happen if I unequipped it right now. Would they just strangle me? Maybe. I don't think I need to test that. More reptilian men in the goop. Slowly being unearthed. Eddie's cadets. slither right on through. What's this place? What is this, some kind of goop computer? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, this is really cool, but I don't know what to do. It does indeed seem to be a goop computer. I'm gonna have to go back and take notes of the things that I saw. Oh, it looks like the lantern is in fact starting to... It went right on me. So it does need to be regularly recharged. Cool. What can I learn from this chamber? I've got different symbols on most of these. Gosh. I don't know, maybe a screenshot is in order. There's a different bust representing each one. Some of them do look very similar, though. How about the journal? Help me out here. I'm gonna take pictures of them with my phone. You know, I realize now that some of these are completely submerged in the ichor. I've never been sure on how to pronounce that word because I've never heard another human use it. So maybe the only one I'm supposed to use as a guide is the one that I took the stone from. Could be. Wow. We got a hard one. I was a little concerned that the puzzles in this game have been a little too forgiving for this developer. But no, we got something gnarly going on now. I just have to make the elder sign? Is it as simple as just having to cover all the dots? Maybe I'm super overthinking this because of how little instruction the game has given me. No. Let's try taking the orange orb back to that altar, see if I can do something with it. Wait a second, there was an entire room that I forgot about. Back this way. Yeah, what's going on here? I probably put the orange orb on that moon device, the bit that's down now. There we go. Ascend it. Ooh. Cave in. Wait, no. The sky's closing. Oh, wow. Oh, holy shit. Okay. All right. Let's go, buddy. This is cool. I like this solution. I've noted the sign. I tried placing the reddish crystal into the still clean tip of an odd metallic device, and it fitted perfectly. As I rotated the device to its original position using the control handle, this glyph was projected onto the wall. That would be our solution. Now, is there anything I can do to rotate this device? There's no other configuration? I guess not. I am more than happy with that. Oh, that's so cool. Look at the constellation ceiling. You know, I guess I can say this because I'm certain she won't watch this, but I bought Kaylee a fancy telescope as a Christmas gift, because ever since Outer Wilds, she's been really... Actually, she's always been into astronomy, but Outer Wilds just reawakened that in her. And I'm actually really excited to try going stargazing with her, even though there is nowhere on Earth cloudier than Cleveland. But wow. It's, I really like the design of that puzzle. I love the design of the room. My biggest concern with this game is that it's going to end up being too short, because we're just flying through these environments, and I know that these cannot be cheap, especially for this team, what they've made in the past. Whoa. Memory or threat? I'm just gonna recharge my vape real quick. We'll meet again. What's happening there? Did he just... You better not. Say psych right now. Take me out of the cutscene right now. Okay, good. Good. Wait.
Oh God, what was that all about? A vision, perhaps? Oh, I think somehow it has something to do with the intense headaches. Oh.
Why is he skeletalized now?
Blood?
Shit. Not strong enough. Gotta go recharge it again. Faust told us not to take his route. And to be honest, I don't know if we're going the same way he did. Probably not. I don't think he ended up wherever the submarine crashed. This is probably uncharted territory for our expedition. Okay. Loop computer. Show me the journal. The roll rings. The roll rings, I said. It's a funny looking Z. Probably matters which side I start on. So it's like... What? No. Okay, this could be tricky. Do I have to start with this? They've shown me the solution and I still can't... Okay, wait. Was that checkpointing me? Okay, I think you draw it one piece at a time. That's how you do this. Come on. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm making it too steep. Okay, but I was doing something there though. Okay, I think I need to start at the top and go to the bottom on that design. Yes. Okay, maybe they're both top to bottom. Let me just have a nice day. Fuck. Oh, okay, no. The last one is parallel to the Z. Fool that I am. Fucking backwards. How many times can I get this wrong? And... good. Take me to the eye of the universe. What's changing? Oh, it's an elevator. Slight clip issue up there. Reached the connection halls. Wherever we are now, we are deep underground. I don't think I'm gonna get a recharge for a while. It's a curious looking hollow. Nearly missed a stairway. Gotta be looking all around you when you explore a new environment for the first time. It's very easy to miss these side avenues. Man, these dudes were tall. This place is so big. And it just goes on and on and on. Prism-shaped carvings. It reminds me of the city in the ice. Another one of those towers over here. There's a lot of these, aren't there?
Yes, it is depicted here. Our gateway out of this world. These reliefs clearly portray ancient Conarium. The thing I have been searching for my whole life. As much as I can understand, that one depicts a seemingly dead city as an ever-living organism with lots of mummified bodies connected to the device. Incredible. And the other one depicts an ancient Conarium which is connected to another one, most probably outside of this planet or maybe out of this dimension. My, this is just marvelous.
It's like his face is the sun. A assuming that this is a creature. It might just be a mountain? Can't tell. This shit again. Yeah, this should activate some devices in the level, even though I haven't even explored the level yet. Again with this shit, man. Did I just avoid a headache? Wait, wasn't I... Where's the cutscene? It's okay, you can give me the cutscene. It's worth if you just give me the headache noises without the cutscene. Don't be shy, I can have the cutscene. Weird. I think that this is a loop. Okay, so we got the important stuff out of this branch. Just gotta turn on the power, that's all. What's up with this guy? Wait, was that one actually a memory, or did I get got that time? That was a game over, wasn't it? It actually was a game over. Okay, so you can die in the memories. I'm not supposed to just get closer and have a close look. Wait, no, that's not even a memory. I'm being chased. Okay. All right. This explains why there's a roundabout. He's still chasing. Okay. Okay. My mistake. My mistake, Darkness Within team. I did not know your game. It's gotta fly him like a kite. I hope that the Squid Man isn't still there. Okay, he's got unlimited roaming, I think. Did I just... Oh, shit, I just backed into that guy. Okay, all right. Where did I come from? Where did I come from? Where the fuck did I come from? Okay. This is a fucking Nocturne and Totem shit now. Okay, no. Was it a vision? I was gonna say, that was some zombie Verrucht training right there. I was not gonna pull that off. Autosave. Okay, way to switch it up a little. I know a fake wall when I see one now. Give me your secrets. Show me your cyclopean mummies. Oh, good, a proper secret. I thought I was just gonna be like, oh, you found the easy, stupid wall that you're supposed to find for this level. No, I like the secrets. Secrets in this game are cool. So the squid guy, who I see flying around with the 4 tentacles, he can wake up the mummies from their death, I guess. Reptilian mummies being awoken by some kind of cephalopod entity. I'm just using as many big fancy science words as I can. Got another mask over here. Or no? Is it a mask? It is, but not for a human. Beautifully ornate metallic mask with a reptilian face carved on it. It does not indicate anything about the purpose it served in its day. More treasure. Thank you very much. I wonder what this place was and why they have a wading pool in the middle. And a strange boulder coming out of the ceiling. Spawning pit. Okay, take me to the meat of this level. What am I supposed to do over here? Shit, gotta recharge. Thought that was a wheelbarrow for a moment. Oh my god, man, you scared me. Fucking Mr. Smithers over here. Still clothed. Man, shit like this does have me thinking about how I had those weird dreams as a kid. That I mentioned in the Darkness Within 2 playthrough. Except it resembled more close to the Darkness Within 2 Underground City than the Underground City in this game. I will say that. What's behind here? But yes, I did have dreams as a kid of being in an underground city with like wrought iron fences and lizard people inhabiting them. So like, I don't know, maybe Howard Phillips is onto some shit. Did I just...
I don't know if anybody reads this, or if there is anyone still alive out there. I've lost everybody who was on my search party. I am alone and afraid. Even from the out-of-place echoes of my own footsteps that are reverberating along these halls of ages-long silence. It is hard to tell if I am alive anymore. Those visions, sounds, the devilish scenes described in the reliefs I come across every now and then. We were not meant to be here.
Dr. Faust! Dr. Faust, are you there?
Waits that whole
Answer
time
me, please.
before saying anything. Come on, Faust, you can't just... you can't just deliver a monologue, wait your turn to speak, and then not get a response. That's so shitty. Were you guys always in that configuration? Okay, I guess so, I just didn't notice them. Alright, let me look through this temple first, because I'm assuming the game wanted me to come here before I backtracked and did that other stuff with the Cyclopean mummy chase. Is there anything of note in here? Okay. And of course, this is an altar venerating one of the elder things. What a weird fucking organism, man. It's got bat wings. This right here, this is the underutilized Lovecraftian monster design. And of course, the blueprints are there in it, Mountains of Madness, because I recall it describing a monster that was very similar to this, but everyone just makes a giant squid-beard Cthulhu spaghetti monster when they make a Lovecraftian game. We need more of this. And there are other obscure Elder Thing designs and such that are in the mythos. You just gotta read them. You can look for them. That was me. That's just me walking. Okay. Is Faust German for fire? I forget. I just know that there was that rocket launcher called the Panzerfaust from a Call of Duty game. I think that was Ghosts of all things. Oh, this place looks different. What is that thing? Another tree. Hey, the trees. Where do the trees get their light from? A body. Human body? Lizard body. Ah! Lizard priests! Ritual dagger of some kind. Ornate sacrificial dagger, wholly intact and still amazingly sharp, even after all these years of desolation. The elaborate carvings on the curious metallic surface signifying a reptilian nature. You have obtained a trophy item. Okay, so that's good that it's a trophy item, not like that I have to do a ritual the 5th game in a row. Keep going this way. Still thinking about that Conarium dude I ran into in the base up top. That was strange. Said he was me. Said he was an expert in the human pineal gland. Said that all the other members of the expedition were still here. What through here? This is a similar effect to how the game began. Are we coming to the close? Hey, what the hell? That's like contemporary. Oh no. It's a memory, isn't it?
I believe no more can we harbor ourselves on the safest shores, for there are things that cannot be undone.
What is that on the floor, Faust?
Frank, Joe's coming.
Is he about to die, or am I actually gonna get to chill with Frank for a bit? Reach the mansion for the 2nd time. Dr. Faust Journal Entry 1. No flashlights. Let me find an easier screen to read that on. Let me huddle close to the lamplight. Come on. Come on, I can get this right. That'll do. Having heightened my knowledge of the arcane arts, I find myself... this is 1944, 5 years before. I find myself contemplating the subject of universals. Whether definitions exist in the nature of things or in mere conception, illusory and perhaps a sheer product of human language. Whether definitions exist in the nature of things or in mere conceptions, illusory and perhaps a sheer product of human language. Our means of receiving impressions are absurdly few, and our notions of surrounding objects infinitely narrow. We see things only as we are constructed to see them, and can gain no idea of their absolute nature. So what lies beyond the woven limits of the flesh we've been trapped in, and is it really possible to pass beyond it at least once? What do we know of the world and the universe around us? For the last 10 years of my rough life, I've lived with the undulating echoes of those scorching questions that have rendered me a ghost amongst the flocks. But yesternight, I finally got some answers. During the last session, Frank and I managed to get the printer to work, and even though the results are blurry, we have the first empirical proof of what we saw out there. This is 5 years ago, so Faust and I go way back. I hadn't realized that. I thought I was just some guinea pig that was part of his expedition.
We need to be cautious, not to let anyone else see this grand collection. It could be extremely dangerous for both of us.
Grand collection. What have we got here? Holy shit.
Deliberately preserved heads from Mesopotamian marshlands. Such cultivated minds kept in permanence by getting dried under the scorching sun with methods now lost to us. As well as the sun, they were believed to be symbols of knowledge.
So these heads are recovered artifacts? You didn't kill people and cut their heads off? Alright, what's with the caiman?
A stuffed subadult Nile crocodile, one of the oldest creatures still living on the face of the earth.
Dude, honestly, crocodiles are both dinosaurs and Lovecraft monsters. If you had never seen a crocodile as an adult and someone tried to explain one to you or like showed you a picture of one, they would think it was fake. That shit's crazy. And he's right, every bit of what he said. They are basically dinosaurs that are still around today.
A medicine man mask from northwest Africa.
I think we all know what that's about.
A sacrifice ritual mask from Middle Africa.
That's... yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, look, a flashlight. Should have saw that sooner. The Lovecraft protagonist that is used again and again that always kind of fascinates me is the benevolent occult researcher. Just like, who is the guy who keeps this shit in his house, albeit secretly, but means no ill? Because that's who Faust is, and that's how so many Lovecraft protagonists are. They will just have the most bizarre collections of things in their homes that... And they study so much of this dark shit, but they're not evil. It's like, I don't know, I'm just curious, man. I'm just so curious that I spent all my time reading dark, forbidden tomes on ancient, esoteric, arcane knowledge. And then horrible things eventually happen to them because they get voices talking to them in their dreams. I don't know, I'm a sucker for it. I just think it's interesting that you have a character who's benevolently obsessed with the occult. This mansion's sick, by the way. Is that... Yeah. Yeah. I don't like that painting. Another note. A letter addressed to Faust. Old friend, what you've told me about the shared nature of the experience the Conarium provides made me think about necromantic means of data inquiry. I'm sure you'll remember what I told you about why certain corpses never decay, but rest firm and fat in their tombs for 1,000 years. I believe, with some help from a certain acquaintance, I can provide you with such specimens. This would be beneficial for both of us, I believe. Eagerly awaiting your answer, H. Warren. That would be Harley Warren, one of the main characters from the Statement of Randolph Carter. In fact, that is the main character. Randolph Carter's statement is about what happened to him. I know this because I actually made a short film with the Statement of Randolph Carter like 5 years ago. And it was kind of garbage, but it was fun. Yeah, Harley Warren is one of those recurring occult Cthulhu characters. In fact, I wonder if Faust... No, Faust probably isn't. That must be a very old letter if it's keeping in the canon, because I believe that Warren died in like 1919. Whatever. They're probably just throwing the name out there because member berries. An emperor penguin. What a stout, fine gentleman. Creature native to Antarctica. That is my most treasured trophy yet. What's this thing?
A native drum from the Asmat people of New Guinea. Their creation myth says Fumerapits made the first carvings of men and women. By beating on this drum, Fumerapits caused the figures to dance, bringing them to life.
Neat.
According to legend, this very djembe belonged to a learned drummer from Senegal who can speak with the dead by rhythmically beating it.
How did you come to acquire it? Man, I feel like you could have made a different game with just this mansion environment. This is a sick mansion. The basement, then. What's with the weeble wobbles? Entry 3. Damn it, I've missed one. September 22nd, 1944. Lying outside the known space-time continuum, this is a dimension to which the gate is knowledge and the key is the Conarium. As we start to shed our fleshly bindings, we start to perceive more and more. If we inquire by merely knowing and thinking on any subject matter, windows to related time and space open up before our non-material selves, our minds. And what's better, we've grasped that the experiences in the sessions are shared and even improved by all of the attendees' personal knowledge. Even thinking about the possibilities that may bestow upon us in our quest for transcending the limits of our mortal bodies is about to make me crazy. But sometimes I wonder what has been keeping our sanity intact inside of this forbidden place. Behind the thick walls of pitch darkness surrounding us, there is something looming, whispering in my ears, in a language familiar, yet I cannot discern its content. That doesn't open.
Looks like something's missing here.
Really now. Search the house for an occult artifact that I missed, maybe? And maybe another journal entry. It's not the first time that I've missed a document in this game. Pry bar. I mean, I guess that'll be the thing that's missing. I do want to nose about for a bit and see if I can't. But I have not been this way, have I? No, I have not. Tell me more about your wild collection.
Mask of an all-powerful moon goddess, esteemed by an eastern island tribe, now lost in time. It is from the private collection of the late famous hermit, Klaus von Herdeth. Don't ask me how I get it. I have my ways.
I could see an entire other game about that alone. Acquiring these artifacts.
Elusive mask from the submerged parts of Kerguelen Islands.
submerged parts of the island.
A cryptic mask with an untraced origin.
3D printed. What is this thing? I don't know what that is. Remember that painting when I was a kid? Huh?
It sounded like the floor is hollow back there.
Hey! Look at that, you guys! You learned! You improved a puzzle from your previous game! Well done! There was a very similar puzzle to that in Darkness Within 2, but the clue was just that if you walked on a certain part of the floor, the footstep sound was different from normal, and it was impossible to figure out on your own. Phonograph cylinder. Still not clear on what that thing is.
When using Conarium, we are able to be seen as well as to see. For some time, I was detecting a conscious something, previously unseen by my rudimentary vestiges. Only lately, it becomes clear to me. Now it comes into every session and seems to materialize more and more each time. I won't attempt describing it, but only would say that it's not benevolent. From what I can get from its glowing semblance, which I believe is used as a way of communication, it can sense you, only if you spend a considerable time within the sessions. I've read about it in the cursed Necronomicon and some elusive records compiled from deep-rooted Bedouin oral literature. Thus learned that it tries reaching the corporeal vessel to dominate and execute the wanderers of the beyond, such as ourselves. But again, against all warnings, I was a fool to believe that I can stop it with just simple signs and incantations. As a resort, we ended up lighting up the place with myriads of candles as well as electrical lamps, but still shiver with fear with every noise our rundown enclave is causing, isolated from ancient darkness of the night.
So is Conarium a stone or a drug? Another letter written to Faust. It's from Harley Warren, what do you know? Dear E.W. Ross. That's not Faust. What? How can we comprehend exactly how much time has passed since the erection of the earliest ziggurats of Sumeria? What can we know about the time-worn Sphinx still standing in the Giza Plateau? They only justify the sheer ignorance of mankind by forcefully making us admit our instantaneous vibrations in the vast cosmos are but an illusion. Today I want to inform you about something that is equally as interesting as such edifices. That's something I presume you will have a hard time believing. I have finally acquired some information regarding the fabled cities of Rubal Khali, which are said to have been built in an undreamt age of certain wonders, and rumored to have been intentionally submerged beneath the eternally shifting sands thousands of years ago. There's even more to the story. According to a reliable source, there should be depictions or information about the locations of ancient Conariums buried within those halls. Ancient Conariums. Within a few weeks, you'll receive a book containing the locations of those cities and a map predating all maps known today, directly copied from the antediluvian originals. I'm sure you are excited beyond imagination and eager to discuss these findings in detail. But that will have to wait a while, since I'll be away for some time visiting the oriental wonders of the old world. I'm sure you know what I mean. Hope to see you soon, Harley Warren. So yeah, once again, Harley Warren, that is a legacy Lovecraft character. He's been around since Lovecraft's writing in the 1919s. Just like I said, you just kind of get to expand onto the Lovecraft mythos, use his characters, and hopefully don't fuck anything up. Although there are questions that...
A serpentine ritual mask from India, which is said to have hypnotic effects on the one who deeply gazes into its eyes.
There's something to be said, though, that I feel like Harley Warren is supposed to be dead after the events of the story he appears in, but I could see how you could...
Woodland Lizard Spirit Mask.
Enough said. I could see how you could worm around that. Woodland Lizard Spirit Mask. Have I still got that pry bar? No. I guess I used it to open up the trapdoor. And we've got journal entry 2 from Faust. As told in some banned ancient volumes, I was able to acquire... As told... Okay, you know, these developers, like I said, they're Turkish, if I'm not mistaken. And they've definitely gotten a good translator for this game, but the translation is all grammatically correct, but it doesn't always read like convincing English. It's difficult to put my word on, but I keep on thinking a sentence is over or like a phrase is changing when it's not. Doesn't matter, it's not important. As told in some banned ancient volumes I was able to acquire, it is evident that Conarium, when properly adapted to work within the human psyche and physiology, can transcend the mind beyond the limits of time and space, into a peculiar place we are yet to explore. If not for our own experiences corresponding exactly with the depictions provided in Necronomicon and some other books of forgotten lore, I would easily declare myself a madman. Conclusively, I have solid evidence printed out for me to justify the objectivity of my position. That dimension is completely devoid of light, other than some small, glowing, and morphing geometrical shapes appearing and disappearing momentarily around us. It also feels extremely cold, but I do believe these are just null sensations that our physical bodies attain from what is otherwise impossible to acquire without the Conarium. It is not for us to see this fantastic void with a pair of corporeal eyes, and possibly we are the first explorers ever to reach this ancient, forbidden place. But the question now weighing heavy on my mind is whether we could ever fully understand this experience with the hindrance of our own limited sensations. Alright, I put it in order. Oh, this is the schematics for when he made the glove. I'm trying to think of a proper analogy of how this thing works. It's... I guess kind of like a little badge that lets you walk between worlds when you wear it. Well, I think we found the mount that'll get us through that thing in the basement now. What was that? I did not give that door permission to shut. I think we've got the thing for this now. Oh. Oh, a puzzle. It's a 3-digit combination lock. Okay. Probably somewhere in the house there were clues that I missed. Maybe it was, this weird machine back here that I couldn't figure out.
This is called the Mask of the Beholder.
Got an achievement. That was the last mask, apparently.
Skulls from New Guinea that are believed to be housing protective spirits.
Being a protective spirit would probably be a pretty good retirement from life job. There are 3 dates circled on this calendar. The 1st, the 6th, and the 13th. Maybe that is a puzzle clue. Although I don't think there were 13 symbols on that thing downstairs. Hey, shit. What was this doing here? Darkness Within, in pursuit of Loathed Older. Wait, in was never part of the title? Shit. No, it is. It's just not on the front. A very popular mystery novel in which the protagonist discovers some dark secrets that have come to haunt him from the hidden depths of his own lineage. Man, what did I say? No developer can ever resist putting a copy of their past game in their new game. Doesn't matter what the genre is, especially indie developers, that you will always find that. And I think that only spawned in because I backtracked. This was in the starting room here. Cute. I like that. Let's take another look at those symbols and see if any of them are especially familiar. These three look like stages of the moon. Judgment, Sun, Lorraine family crest, serpents. I wonder if there was like a journal log where he mentioned three of those things, but I took a peek at the journals and nothing seemed to be familiar. Somewhere in this house I will find those symbols.
This relic is from Madagascar. I have two versions, but this one is extremely rare. It is called Hanaldi. Nobody knows exactly what it means, but from its symbolic depiction of a dark sphere inside a light one, it is thought that it could mean the underworld. I had it brought by an old captain friend who often visits that island for trading purposes.
That might be a deep pull from the mythos that I don't know yet. He may be referencing someone. And this is the less rare model, which I guess he doesn't find to be remarkable. Alright, let's think logically. It's got to do with this thing in the middle of the room. Oh, okay, there's a second hitbox on it I just noticed.
Looks like something's missing here.
A lever, perhaps. Okay. Can I see anything change down there when I hit this? No, okay, so I gotta find the lever. I think I've missed something, though. Thought I was really thorough with this place. Hello. And then immediately I find a secret on the floor. Dear friend, judging from the tone of your correspondence, I see that you were shocked to hear how far I've been able to progress. You asked me how I did it, and here I will tell you every detail. Already I see some names in here. I believe you'll remember my mentioning to you a young gentleman named Frank Gilman from Miskatonic University. When I saw his thesis on the pineal gland, its developmental and structural evolution and decadence over the course of thousands of years, I knew I was one step closer to freeing myself from the chains of our corporeal limits. Hardly, that boy was able to understand the underlying notions and spot the details I was unsure of. I contacted and only partly told him about my research, so that he may not treat me as others did. As a man of science, I was sure that he would get anxious, and so he did. After days and nights of meticulous work, changing the design of the machine I originally built and fine-tuning it to adapt to our physiology, we managed to make the device work without rejection by the brain. It was not a design for humans, yet we managed to prepare it for us. You remember how these so-called scientific communities mocked me when I first told them about my theory of transcending the human senses using a mechanical device? To hell with them. They mocked me with the assertion that it cannot be tested by current methods of scientific inquiry. And here it is, giving enough empirical data related to the sessions. It is an alien sensation using it, seeing and feeling without the help of one's corporeal body, while floating easily in the ocean of darkness. I will write to you again in the coming weeks and invite you to personally see the results. Kind regards, E.W. Ross. So I wonder if E.W. Ross is a pseudonym that Faust uses, because I don't think we've met anyone by that name. Must be. Glad I found that letter, though, because that does open up some more doors on the story. Since I last played this, I did just an iota of research and found out that the pineal gland, which is what Frank Gilman, the player character, is an expert in, that is the gland in the human body that actually is thought to regulate sleep and releases melatonin. So our area of study, which was very interesting to Faust, was how the human brain activates and regulates being asleep and being tired. which says to me that the Conarium in this field beyond that we're entering, this dimension or whatever, is probably some extension of being asleep. It's probably a dreamland in the way that the Lovecraft stories used to write about. I don't know. I like that plausible kind of stuff because, unless I'm mistaken, I think that there still is a great deal of mystery about how sleep and the human body works, especially with like dreams and shit like that. There's only so much we can answer thus far. So yeah, I love it when science fiction grounds its insane shit in something that is truly a mystery still. But that is interesting that explicitly Frank was a man of science. We had no occult experience, and also that we helped crack the code. Apparently it was our research and our perspective that helped us to see things that Faust didn't. You know, I think it's perfectly fine set dressing to have like a, you know, these three sarcophagi right next to each other in the basement. But just having a fourth one just laid flat between them, just like, yeah, I didn't have room for that one. You know, there just wasn't any space to put it, so I guess I had to put this ancient cyclopean mummy artifact on the ground in my basement, and maybe throw a rug over it when guests arrive. That's just so funny to me. I mean, this house is absolutely dilapidated, so I don't know if this is where Faust was actually living. Maybe this is like a property that he had in his family residence that no one ever checked in on. It was condemned, and that's where he kept all of his ancient, terrible endeavors to the occult, hidden from where the outside world can see them. The floating book, my most rare and occult object that I've gathered from darkest Africa. I bet it's something in a display case that I actually need. That would be the fastball, the variation that you're not expecting that's actually the puzzle solution. Man, I've done the whole thing so far without any spoilers. It's definitely been the easiest game by Stormling, but it's also still challenging, so I want to see if I can't thug this one out for a change. H.P. Lovecraft at the Mountains of Madness. They had to mirror it. Actually, I don't think they had to mirror it, but it's mirrored for some reason. Oh my god, I have found every Easter egg in this house, but not the main story objective. Alright guys, we're either about to be really disappointed in the game, or really disappointed in myself. Take your pick. It says that the calendar is a clue. Why is it a clue? Maybe I can just... maybe that's all I need. 1, 6, and 13. So once again, I don't believe there were 13 different symbols on the thing downstairs. Why are you a clue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 8. How is that a clue? Oh, shit. Okay, alright. Okay. Acceptable puzzle. I'm stupid. But it is challenging, though. So the calendar is a clue. Have a look. So just to be clear, 1, 6, and 13. We do not do 1, 6, and 13. Instead, we are supposed to cross-reference it with Exhibits 1, Exhibit 6, and Exhibits 13. So here's Exhibit 13 right here. I'm gonna have to see what my journal log was about that. I'm assuming he must have numbered them. Yes. Item 13. Preserved heads from Mesopotamian marshlands. Cultivated mines. Getting dried under the scorching sun. So 13's probably the sun. Item 1 is a relic from Madagascar. 2 versions, but this one's very rare. Dark sphere inside of a light one. Okay, so dark sphere, sun. And then Exhibit 6 is... all-powerful moon goddess. So the moon, the sun, and the dark sphere. The eclipse. That must be it. Moon. Sun. Dark sphere. Yes. Okay. I'm more disappointed in myself than anything. That was an acceptable puzzle. It makes sense why they were numbering everything this whole time. And wow, this is bigger than the little storage shed I was expecting. Oh. Oh, of fucking course. You occult researchers cannot resist having a lever descending into hell. Okay, I think that this... I from a little peek at the walkthrough that I had, I think that this goes into the machine upstairs.
I need to figure out what goes here.
I was wrong. It's a phonograph cylinder, isn't it? Can I just plug it in here? No. No, are you sure? Okay. What's there to see in here? Oh, another phonograph.
In archaic myths, lurking in shunned and forbidden volumes, I've been able to trace some parts, speaking about a device of non-terrestrial origin that is capable of much more than I could ever imagine. Ancient Conariums, I will call them. Machines which are said to have been built long before mankind ever tread on this planet. The very source of the design I've used to make my own version of the machine.
Ancient Conariums. So that sounds like an earlier log. Question. Why have I lost my pry bar? Oh no, I still have it. I can just open these. Classic. Highly ornamental wooden mask that clearly depicts a cephalopod creature. More trophies. Well, hang on. I wanted to figure out what was up with the thing upstairs, but I don't know.
Once you use it one time, you will use it all the time.
I'm resisting the urge, Fairy. I'm not gonna do it. No fade to black cutscene. Impressive. Oh, there it is. Wait, is it? No, he's taking the whole length. Comedically long ladder. Look, Howard. Look and see the Shoggoth. Oh my. What is this fancy little rave you got going on down here? This must be the experiment room. I can feel the memory coming on. Who's the stiff? How strange. A key. Probably gonna open this door right here. No. The door upstairs that was locked? Maybe? So I had to go back up the ladder?
I need a phonograph cylinder.
Okay, turn on my light. It's bright enough in here. Elder sign. Is the Elder Sign some shit that Lovecraft and his fans just made up? I've never been clear on that. Because it kind of just looks like a pentagram, but I don't fucking know what any of it means.
I remember this place, and what we achieved here. Violating the laws of nature with the help of those dead bodies brought here secretly from only God knows where. Forcing them to cooperate by the means of the cursed necromancy, and dreaming their dreams in those profane sessions to learn forbidden knowledge. Now I can distinctly see how pure madness once roamed here, within our own shoes.
Oh, you guys were just curious. Ain't nothing mad about that. Circular metallic object. phonograph cylinder.
It is said that ancient Conariums have the ability to transfer one's mind outside, through the endless vacuum, into other receiving Conariums. Just think about the possibility of shedding off the earthbound mortal coil to reach to the stars and yonder, as a free agent to see the grand scheme above and beyond the third dimension. Being able to contemplate vistas and sense things you could never ever dream of, with the help of the bodily sensations. Finally, we shall overleap time, space, and dimensions, and without bodily motion peer to the bottom of creation. Yes, I know how this sounds to you. This is incomprehensible even for someone like me who spent almost a lifetime on such arcane topics. It is just sad to see. The knowledge has been out there all the time, forevermore, and we failed to read between the lines.
So Conarium is like entering spectator mode. Cool. You just go outside the mind and can see everything, everywhere. I guess, maybe. Alright, did I find either of the things for this? I did. It was the little star disk. What? No, please work. Please work. I've put entirely too much... Oh! Okay, hang on. It did work.
I don't exactly remember this device, but the projected image is the same with the star map I've seen on the dome in the underground level of the pre-human city. What was it that Dr. Faust was looking for?
Star map projected onto the ceiling of the library room. Did you mean to say underground level in reference to the level that we played in this video game? I guess level can be used in a non-video gamey way there. Still, that's cool. I didn't expect it to be a secret. It's cool we found it. And we're sure that this door can't unlock? Okay. I will always love a game. Even just a simple, like, walking simulator spooky game like this, if it goes to the effort of creating secret environments and secret story elements that not every player will see. I just love a video game with secrets in it. That's my favorite thing. Oh, shit, there was another door right here. No telling how long. Oh, wow, what is that thing? I don't even want to stand in the circle in the middle of the room. I'm afraid I'll activate a boulder trap falling on me from the ceiling. For why? For why would you do that? Oh no. I lost my chance to look around more. Yep, we're back in Detroit.
I knew it. All those years of extensive research have not been in vain. Here it is, lying dormant and standing still beneath the eternally shifting sands of Rubal Khali for who knows how many millennia.
Reach the ruins under Rubal Khali. Okay. Alright, we are once again encroaching on a dream that I had as a kid territory. I don't know how we got down here. We saw a cutscene of the Squid Man attacking. Faust, it looked like. But that didn't sound like Faust to the radio. Is Faust down here with me? I don't see him.
The hallway seems like it was intentionally blocked with this ornate wall, and there are some primal writings inscribed on it. As far as I can tell, the text talks about a guardian, a formless, glistening and reflectively iridescent black protoplasm, able to mock and reflect all forms and organs.
So we're about to awaken the evil Cthulhu mimic. That's probably that black shit that we've seen everywhere. It doesn't matter. Someone else already broke the wall before me. leave a little bit of it still standing. Just so the next guy can read half the message that I read half of. You know I'm on the hunt for those trophies. What's this thing? I'm gonna pretend to know what this is about. It's a star map, isn't it? I think. Though I don't yet know how to interpret it, I probably need to make a certain configuration. Oop. There we are. That's a nice looking elder thing right there. Statue of a member of a pre-human race called Elder Things. The creature is depicted in a pose that radiates a feeling of power to the beholder, though it also makes me feel like it is utterly alien and it does not belong to this planet at all. I want one of those on my desk. Oh, noted down the symbol. There was a symbol on there? Circular stone tablet with mostly illegible symbols on it. One symbol, which appears to be in the shape of the Canis Major constellation, seems to be repeated several times. I've marked in my notebook. Okay, we've got a constellation we need to make. Excellent. Is Canis Major Latin for big dog? Okay. This is gonna be tricky. First, I think that I want this inner ring to be in a, like, 7 o'clock position. Something like that. And I think I want to have... Gosh, this is going to be tricky. Alright, I think this is as close as I can get to the design. How in the hell is it supposed to be 6 o'clock? Or midnight? That's midnight? What? I had the outer rings good. It's supposed to be something like this? Okay. Just no. Pull up the journal. We're doing a play for play. I need to see this. Okay. All right. That's all well and good. My mistake was that I assumed that the middle had to be the middle. No, you make this part down here and you make that part up there. The one in the middle being red didn't matter. Ah, damn it. Alright, I could see how it's a solvable puzzle now, but... Ooh, it's frustrating. Device of some kind. Just shoot a laser into his forehead and it opens the door. Oh man. The stained glass. The stained glass is back. This is sand now. Not snow. And that is a map of some description. Oh, the floor. Okay.
I finally found it. This mural is depicting the continents in the middle... Jurassic era, I believe.
Am I Faust now?
This is marvelous, as well as overwhelming. The light from the device is obviously showing the locations of the ancient Conariums. Yes, it definitely is so, for I've known 2 of these places from the detailed petroglyphs in the secret halls beneath the Khafre's pyramid. But they all had gone now. Even their ruins had been crumbled under the waves of human cruelty and the merciless time. But this lowermost landmass is what we call Antarctica today.
This is a flashback.
Probable that the structure that holds the Conarium is mostly enduring still today.
Okay, I follow now. This is a flashback. We are Faust right now, and we're actually not in Antarctica. This is how we found out we needed to go to Antarctica. This map shows the locations where the Conarium still existed, and they had all been discovered and plundered except for Antarctica. And wow, I guess this is supposed to be like a very old, very old map that the reptiles made back when Beringia was shit. That's crazy. It's cool. So now what? Cutscene gonna wipe me out?
I'd better leave this place immediately.
They know that I found the secrets. What the fuck is that? I'm gonna jog backwards so I can keep an eye on whatever that thing is. Ooh. Can I be Frank again? Back in the research station. Barlow's still locked. Blake is locked. Frank and and Faust are open. This is the first time Frank's is opened. And it's full of the protoplasmic black ichor.
What happened to me?
This is the price we must pay for our transgressions. The price to be paid for breaking away from the limits of mortal flesh and delving into arcana of consciousness that few have trod.
What the hell is going on?
You were naive for suppressing our truest aspirations. Such earthly fear of improbability detached you from our absolute purpose.
I definitely lost my mind.
I'm not going in there just yet. Anything in Faust's office? No. Guess I am going in there. Reach the final level. Nice of you to tell me so, game. I'm still on the wooden shit. This is where I was when I saw Faust and we got transported. Why are there flies buzzing around the altar? Oh, look at the stone tentacle statues. That must have been a bitch to carve. Faust! Are you Faust, or are you a different dead guy?
Oh God, what has happened to him?
Dr. Faust, can you hear me? Are you all right?
Yes. I can scarcely hear you. How terrific is the price of a single glimpse behind the veil of nature. Frank, we've sought to escape from the tedium and limitations of waking reality into beckoning vistas of fabled avenues of other dimensions. But did it work? Or was all in vain for us to begin with? I lost my sight and I cannot feel my legs anymore. Our bodies are falling apart under such alien sensations of this accursed device we used to open forbidden doors of time and space. And I feel every part of my body is failing fast. I have no power within me to resist my downward course now. So you have to move on. There is no other way. Reach the ancient Conarium and shed your deteriorated skin. Else consume some of this. It will ease your pain, but eventually you will end up like me. I have such small...
Dr. Faust! Dr. Faust!
Yeah, he's gone. What do you give me? You like to consume the Versace. I'm gonna choose no for now. He said it would ease my pain, though. Save the game. Well, we'll save the game, see what happens if you do and don't eat it, because this is the last level. Let's try going ahead without the Versace first. So, I've been playing this game with the false assumption that we've been using Conarium from the beginning, and that it's a Conarium glove that we have and shit like that. But supposedly, this has all been in pursuit of Conarium. And whatever Conarium is, there's only one left on the planet, the rest have been plundered. It is in Antarctica, and we are approaching it now. Oh, great. More. I've noted down the symbols. I wonder what they might be used for. It's like only the one... That's a golem, isn't it? Yeah. Ugh. Okay, I get it. This is a top-down view of this thing right here. And in the middle of it, there is a golem symbol. Am I to believe that this is one of the golem incubators? I think it is. I think it is, and we're gonna wake up the golem. Oh shit. Okay, this is actually really cool then. How many things are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe? No, I think it's just 5. Maybe it is 6. It must be 6. So one at a time, let's get the correct symbols on them. I took a map of this, or a drawing of this. That's bright. It's probably the correct one. This one's supposed to have like a pupil in it almost. I like how the symbols in this game are not just a one-to-one. There's variations with who's drawn them or who etched them. It's a very small creative touch, but I think it really helps create that believability and immersion that things change as one person writes them, instead of them all just being the same copy-pasted asset symbol. Triangle. One more, and it looks like it's the sunrise. Okay. And then I assume we tap the golem symbol. No? Have I messed something up? Oh, there's definitely a golem in the middle. It's the fucking smelter demon. Wait, there are 2 symbols on each obelisk. Okay, so I must have messed something up. That one looks like a fancy F. And the fancy F is the triple dot. Okay. This one's like a square spiral. And it's supposed to be that one. And finally, this is the sunrise. It's doing a thing. Yes, they all just had the blue crystal come out the top. I know what's about to happen here. You don't light up? Did I give this one the wrong symbol? Wait. No, we rotated. Did I get a mirror puzzle after all? Okay, maybe I need to start by rotating this one over here. Yeah, we got a mirror puzzle, hell yeah. Alright. Maybe there's like an Easter egg you can do by shining it outside the map somehow. Alright, complete the loop. Alright, I hope this guy doesn't want to kill me immediately. And now the ivy's gonna shrink away. Greetings, sir. I loved you in the Old Iron King DLC. Now, golems aren't supposed to have wills of their own. He's basically just like a robot. And he's probably just programmed to do one thing. So we'll follow him and see what he does, but I don't think he's gonna hurt me. His tendrils. He's like a squid with an exoskeleton. That might be all there is from him. Actually, bro, could you light up the vines real quick for me? Go on, don't be shy. Did I glitch him by getting in front of him? Oh, wait a second. I can recharge my crystal off of him, can't I? Yeah, that's the move. I forgot that I got this back. Thanks, bud. Golem's gotta be some of my favorite mythological creatures. What are you guys staring at? Okay. We just entered a bubble of some kind. Another bubble awaits. Everything else is so dark. And this is without Versahi. Oh my god. It was a sick ending. It was, of course, it was very simple. And look, it is still the Assembly Brothers. Oh, I'm very happy to see that it's the same guys and that they didn't sell out. And they did the modeling and the art. Damn, they do it all. All right. Oh, this is. We'll reread this in a moment. Okay. Sure. Save my results. I just want to go ahead and try one more. Let's drink that Versahi and see if it changes. Ugh. I always just kind of envisioned Versahi being something you smoked. What did that just do to me? I'm back in the mansion? Really?
Dr. Faust?
I found it, Frank. I finally found my answers. Under the shifting sands.
Oh, that is an ending right there. That one's not as exciting. How's that an ending? Hey, decided to sleep on my opinions on this game and edit the footage and just mold it over a bit, because this is, this one was a lot of steps forward and a lot of steps back, I felt, for these developers. To state the obvious, the previous two games are very janky graphically. They had that early 2010s charm to them. I liked how they looked, even though they were not at all gorgeous per se. Whereas the graphics in this game are lifelike. I'm actually very surprised at how photorealistic the graphics in this game look. It didn't look to me like it was just store-bought assets sprinkled everywhere. Environments did a good job of feeling new. I didn't feel like I was seeing things reused again and again. Very good technical and aesthetic design, I'll say. Because, I mean, the environments looked good. The music production it sounded a lot more professional. But I will also say that it almost feels like a lot of this series' charm got gentrified in this game, for want of a better word. There was a lot of just mysterious jank that went to the aesthetic of Darkness Within 1 and 2 that made you feel like, I can understand why I've never heard of this game, but it is a neat experience to sit down and see it. This one really did feel like they were just trying to appeal to a broader audience. The music especially, like, even though I said the music production quality felt that it was a more professional production quality, it lost a lot of the charm and grime that Darkness Within 1 and 2 had. Darkness Within 1 soundtrack, I love that music. I think it's so good. It sounds amateurish, but it really fits the vibe. And I especially loved the, I don't know, the shamanistic twang that they put into the soundtrack in that game. This game just sounded like it was eerie, forlorn piano, and I think you get enough of that in every other horror game. So I definitely feel like some of the flavor was lost in this graphical visual upgrade that you had in Conarium. I will also say this game was a good deal shorter than the other ones, which it doesn't make me mad because I got it on discount, but I think that this game's full price is like $20, right? Yeah, $20 game. I think I got it like 70% off, so I'm very happy with the price that I got this for. But I can see people being very disappointed. Also, those are the only two endings. I don't know if I said that, which is pretty disappointing. The story just here in general feels pretty lackluster, because I feel like, I may have said as much earlier, this game gives the impression of just being the second and third act of a game. Really, it just feels like one long second act. And then you've got like weird interludes where you just become Faust towards the end and you play a memory. Feels like they were just kind of trying to come up with levels and stuff. It felt directionless for a lot of the story. There was no exposition. I really wish you spent more time at the base camp up top. I wouldn't mind if there was a whole extra hour and a half of the game where you're just doing research station tasks to build the setting. It's just slightly off topic, but something that I think works really well in the horror genre and that doesn't fly at all in other genres is just simulator gameplay. Especially towards the beginning of a horror game, a narrative horror game, it really doesn't hurt to just give the player engaging puzzles and gameplay that doesn't even have to be scary, so long as you just are giving them the promise that things are gonna get scary later. For now, how about you just acclimate and see what these things are like when they're not scary? You totally could have done that with the research station. And I guess the closest they gave us was go outside in the snowstorm and turn the power on, and then it goes right into shadowy figures in the hallway mode. But I would have loved a lot more of the research station at the beginning of the game. Because, like, it just felt like you were right into the story, and then the only objective was find Dr. Faust all the way until the end of the game. I don't know. You guys just watched the game too, so you know what I'm talking about. It felt directionless. It felt like it was just too on rails. Now, I really do like these devs, and I will probably play their next game too sometime. I promise I'll take a break from Stormling's games because I've given them a lot of screen time lately. So much of the game, the environments and the seeds of the story that were planted, it seemed like they could have done so much with it, but maybe they ran out of budget or ran out of time. Is this really a 2017 release? I feel like I was kidding myself and saying, no, this was like 2022. It's really good graphics for 2017 indie devs. At least I believe they're still indie. Maybe they got picked up for this one. Puzzles, I mean, once again, some steps forward, some steps backward. The puzzles in this game were definitely wouldn't make a normal person pull their hair out, which is good because it means broad appeal if your puzzles are solvable. There were two at the end that were pretty challenging, and I may have some gripes as to why they were challenging, but I think that they were well made. But again, you kind of lose that indie adventure game charm of the batshit insane puzzles that the previous games had. I really enjoyed things in Darkness Within 2, like decoding Morse code, but then there was also a lot of stuff in that game that was complete bullshit. Doesn't matter. I think the puzzles were acceptable, but I think that the old ones were acceptable too. Depends on what the player likes. I think I like the puzzles that are too hard as opposed to puzzles that are too easy. Let me see Stormling's site real quick. What else have they made? Veil of Madness is their upcoming game, and it is a Lovecraftian deck builder. Immersive experience of a first-person RPG with strategic charm. That's ambitious. That's a total tone shift from what you guys have done before. I might check that out. Oh, and they made another game. Wait, at least one other game. Hang on. They have they have a 2020 game called Transient, and then a 2023 game called Lunacy St. Rhodes. Yeah, hey, if, I mean, straight up, I'll just read the comments, because I'm sure some of you guys have played these games or heard of them. If these games are just Conarium-likes, maybe I'll just skip them. But if they are improvements of what was in Conarium, then I'll check them out. H.P. Lovecraft meets Cyberpunk. I'm sure that's great for some people, but I'm not a Cyberpunk guy. I am glad I played this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will definitely say, I think I got a lot out of this game just by virtue of having read At the Mountains of Madness and enjoyed the book. So I just had like oodles of moments when I was playing this where I just got to fangirl over it and be like, oh, holy shit, that's a visual rendering of the Elder Thing, and oh, that's that guy from that one story. Like, it pays its dues. It's very clearly a fan project. These guys are huge Lovecraft fans. Everything they've made for the past 15 years has been a Lovecraft property, and I love that just as a fan myself. But I can definitely see how some people might finish this game and be like, I want my money back. Especially if you paid $20 for this. Like, come on, bro, I could be playing Silk Soul. Otherwise, thanks for indulging me on a very atmospheric game that I just wish did more with the atmosphere. Honestly, this game feels like it should have been a survival horror game. I think that there should have been health bars and heals and lizard men trying to kill you. Because it felt a little bit underwhelming just being an on-rails linear narrative adventure. I had fun playing it this one time for the reasons I said, but I don't think I'll ever play it again. But I will check out their other games. So otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around to watch me ramble on about this one. I will say that I have been having fun with these long plays, but the reason I've been doing long plays is because I was kind of waiting for that Welcome to the Game 3 release date to come out any day now. And since it's still not out as of December 2nd, I think I'm just going to go ahead and begin a different series of a highly requested horror game next. And I anticipate I'll probably be able to finish that game before Welcome to the Game 3 comes out. So, I will see you then. Take care, everybody, and I suck at shuffling cards. Vote for Holt.